Welcome back, guys, to episode number 11, you said?
11.
Yeah. We messed that up towards the end of our podcast. That's all right, though. Thanks for joining us again for this one. We actually have a pretty good one for you guys. This is our first Garner, Hayfield Ventura, guest that we've had on the show. We're going to have Ryley, Kozisek, and Brody Boehnke. Ryley was the head coach for Garner baseball this past year. He actually won TIC West Coach of the Year. They split conference champs with Forest City. And then Brody Boehnke was the TIC West Player of the Year. He batted .557 with 28 RBIs, only 5 Ks, which is an insanely low amount of strikeouts for a full season. And he was a top catcher in the area. GHV was 21-5 overall. They just lost to New Hampton in the district final game. So they had a really, really successful season. Probably didn't end as well as they'd like, but they were really positive with us today. We had a great time, and it was a ton of fun just talking to them about baseball, other sports, and especially getting a new perspective, from Garner.
Absolutely.
One of our past guests, Slade Fuentes, was an assistant with them this past year, so we knew a little bit about them coming in, but it was nice just talking to them, kind of just about baseball in general and sports, I said.
It was nice to hear Brody's thought process on different things, just how he was so successful this year. And then if you guys don't know Ryley, we get into his backstory, being in Iowa and helping with the baseball program down there, and just some of the things he learned is awesome. And obviously translated to what he could teach these guys. Being the Lake Mills coach, we played him twice. I think we played him pretty well both times, but they were just very good this year. And very, very deserving of a share of the conference title, and probably deserving of going a little farther, but that's baseball sometimes, and still a very successful year overall.
Yep. So, hey, sit back, grab your throne, listen to some Game by Thrones, episode 11. It's Ryley, Kozisek, and Brody Boehnke.
Coming off of last year, being a weird year, only having half a season, all the weird protocols we had, whatever. Going into this year, what were the expectations? One, having essentially a whole new coaching staff. 2, just not having a full year to see exactly what you have going into 2021.
And whoever wants to answer that can answer it first.
Yep.
It's up to you guys.
I'll go first. So when Slade Noah and I first got this job, we were told that we're probably about a 500 baseball team. And we just kind of looked at each other and were like, that's just not the case. And I was telling them, because I'd been here the past few years, our JV teams the past few years have been really good, and they've had really good records. And those kids that were on those teams were the ones that replaced our 5 seniors that we lost from the year before. And I didn't think that we were going to really skip a beat, to be honest. You could probably say more about that, the new coaching staff and everything.
Yeah, I knew with the new coaches coming in, there'd be a lot of energy because they're fresh out of college and they have the energy to win and they love to win, especially Noah and Slade, and they all do, Ryley especially. And Riley's been around us, so we didn't have any step down or anything. We just kind of left right back off where we were last season. And I know we had a lot of new guys step into big roles, and I thought they stepped right up to the plate.
I'm going to do a slight calculation. I think you're just a little.
You guys were a little bit over 500. You guys went to. I think you exceeded expectations just a little
past
bit compared to what you guys were told. I don't even know what the winning percentage is. 21 out of 25 or 21 out of 26.
I don't know.
That's high. I'm not even going to try to do the mental math.
Yeah, we're not math guys.
I have it listed here later for our questions, but I remember Ryley telling me at the first Lake Mills game, the first one at home, what was that, maybe the 6th game of the year-ish?
It's early June.
6, 7, 8. Ryley said this could be one of the best Garner teams we've had. And I was sitting there. I didn't know anything about your guys' team, really, because I know you guys lost some from last year. And I was like, really? I remember our senior year, you guys were pretty good. And I was like, really? And then they came out, and Roberts hits a 2-run bomb in the first inning. I'm like, yeah, this team can hit 1 through 9. Holy cow.
Shout out whoever made our field. Piece of crap.
That's true. Short porch in right field. Hey, if you know the Lake Mills field, anybody that's listening, 287 to right field.
I will say he did hit it well.
Oh, he crushed it.
It wasn't like A.J. Raymakers that snuck over right field early in the year.
Yeah.
He'll love that.
So, and didn't he hit that to center? So it was
was that game, wasn't it? Them. Yeah. No, it wasn't even right. It was right of the scoreboard, so it was dead right. And I don't think it might not even got over the.
Are you talking about Roberts or AJ's?
Oh, Nathan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nathan.
Oh, Nathan got
he
it.
destroyed
Yeah.
his off the bat. I'm
No,
like, yeah, that's
AJ
gone.
that hit one at the end of the game
That thing
when
was
all the
high.
kids wanted to come out and celebrate. I'm like, guys, it's 8-2.
Yeah, you
Stand
don't.
the
You
dugout.
don't do that.
Nah.
I guess focusing on Ryley in the next question, what was the biggest thing you learned just over the whole process? I guess Chris learned this going from a JV coach up to the head coach. What did you learn just during that process in terms of managing things, or I guess of being the head honcho of a program?
It's a great question. I learned that I have a long way to go, to be honest. There was a lot of things that, just looking back, I would have done a lot differently. I feel like I could have made a lot better decisions, like during practices and stuff like that, just being more efficient. And I kind of realized it about a few weeks out of game time, like, oh, like I'm the one that kind of makes this thing go. Like I'm the head guy here. I actually like set all the practice plans and decide who's doing what, like who's dressing, who's not, who's going to play JV, who's going to pitch JV. It was a lot, but we kind of figured it out as we went on. And I had great assistants, and Slade and Noah helped me out. But yeah, I'm excited to have another crack at it next year, though.
And I mean,
things out.
you think of all those things like practice, game prep, and all that, but then all the extra stuff, like I don't know how much is on your plate, but like the clothing orders and getting equipment ordered and all that just throws an extra element onto it. A lot of things you got to remember. Even just leading up to the season, winter and spring wise too.
When I was still at Iowa, I was having to do the orders and everything, and that was while I was still like traveling back and forth a few times a week for open gyms for us, and it was really overwhelming at times. I'm not gonna lie, like I felt like I had no idea what I was doing. But yeah, we got through it.
Yeah, it's.
I had to make phone calls to ask for a little help and sharing things.
Yeah,
There
I
you
did.
go.
I did. I had to make.
It's almost like once you make it to that first game, then you're kind of used to
normal
it.
stuff.
Yeah, normal schedule. But yeah, those.
Good way to.
You guys know the first 3 weeks of May when you're dealing with all the other sports, and it is tough. Nobody's ever there at the same time. It's awful.
It's really hard, man. But also just it's also great to have that problem though, like especially in smaller schools like we're both from here.
It means you
like
have
for
athletes.
you guys it was golf, and for us it was like golf, track, and soccer, and all of them went deep, and really happy for those programs. But yeah, it was a little tough not having our boys all together for the first 3-4 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. Brody, more one for you. Was it difficult being coached by three guys that literally are what, like 3 years older than you, maybe 4 tops?
No, it felt like they were just like one of us. We all got along. We all had a lot of energy. We joked around, obviously, but we got what we needed to get done at practices and prep and everything. We were all in the same clique and ready to go.
I know you're done now, but don't ever tell your first base coach that did you win a state championship, because one of your assistants might have done that to me back in the day.
That's tough. I remember that. Hey, as much as
it was a bad game.
Not to be a roast on Slade, but as much as I bet you he was like, "Hey, we got to be focused," stuff like that. This man used to backtalk him.
It was not good.
It was not good.
There was about 3 games where I did not talk to him when he made his first base.
It's also though that we're so close. Like Slade was always at our house, so it was literally like having another brother.
It was kind of like brotherly banter.
It was like being trying to coach another brother.
That's probably true too.
I never listened to you either, so.
No, none of you did. Matt was probably the best. Taylor was
true.
bad.
That's true. I'm gonna jump down to something else we had down here, but it kind of fits what we're talking about. And Ryley, we both graduated in the class of 2017. How does it feel now that all of the kids that we played with, like I think Brody might have been an 8th grader when we were seniors, like how does it feel that now they are out of high school and that just means we're getting a lot older?
That's actually crazy, man. Like I remember our senior year, Brody would be the one, like before I pitched, that would just rub my arm with icy hot, and then I'd put my sleeve on. Back when he was just a little 8th grader, and yeah, he's graduated now, man. Like he's head to Iowa State. It's crazy. We are getting old. We are getting old.
It's absolute. Like I think Casey was an 8th grader when we were we were seniors.
Yep.
He didn't do anything varsity wise. He probably should have. Probably should have pitched for us a little bit.
Probably.
But I was just thinking there. I was like, there's nobody left really that we went to school with or played baseball with. It's pretty sad, but new things are coming. You're heading the program now, so I'm sure you're building those connections just like you did as a player, getting used to all the guys, building some great relationships along the way.
Sometimes the weird thing is, like, I remember when I graduated, like, at least for a few years, whatever age the kids were when you graduated, that's what you remember them for, like, the next 4 years.
Yeah.
Even though they get older.
I mean, Taylor,
you're always a sophomore or something.
Taylor was an 8th grader when you were a senior.
Yeah.
You probably looked at him as an 8th grader for the next 3 years.
Yeah, it's weird. It's not fun. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I did.
So I am much older than you guys.
That's true. You're definitely the old
not 30
guy.
yet, though.
You're the old guy on the conversation right now.
Yeah, that's by a long shot.
Sad deal. Sad deal.
That's tough.
29 years old, baby.
Yeah, anyways.
Man, you're old, bro.
No, hey, not 30 yet. Once we hit 30, that word can come out. But kind of maybe a little tougher question. Maybe not. Depends how you deal with it. It is still fresh, being just a few days old, but I wasn't able to go to the game Saturday. It sounded like a good one, just overall. How do you feel about how the season, either of you, turned out? Just overall, from preseason expectations to going along through. And I've always been a big proponent of, when people are like, oh, on a professional team, well, what would you have expected before the year? Like, if they
overachieved.
Yeah. Well, expectations get bigger the better you do.
On,
yeah. So how do you guys feel with it being done now?
It was an amazing season, man. Like, there's just no other way to put it. Going back to what we said earlier, like, kind of coming in, knowing what people thought of us, and like knowing that we lost a lot and people didn't think we were going to be very good, and then just coming out right out of the gates and just punching people in the mouth. It was pretty cool. And I thought that second week when we came and played you guys up there, I told them right before the game, like, this can decide what kind of year we're going to have tonight. You remember that?
Yeah, for sure.
And then we just came out and attacked right away, and then we kind of just went on a roll from there. We had just amazing kids, seriously. Like, you didn't really have to say a lot to these guys. You really didn't. And especially when you got a leader like Brody here, he'll go out and take mound visits for me. Like, he'll just do it on his own, and he'll go calm everybody down. What needs to be said. Like, that's just amazing to have kind of like another coach behind the plate. Obviously, like, it hurts the way we ended the year, not where we wanted to end it at all. But we brought home a share of the title, and Brody got player of the year. I got coach of the year. It was a great year, man. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was definitely a fun season. We had goals at the beginning of the year to get the conference title, which I like to say we did get it, but if I say we get Forest City one more time, it would have been like the for sure like decider, but
no doubt.
It's whatever. And then we had more steps as district play came around to get the state, but we were one step short of getting to the next round of sub-state, and we just were kind of bummed about it, but we were happy how we had our season.
I have two things to go off that. You and Ryleys, when you were talking about leadership and stuff, Brody's taking some leadership roles. I think every coach, I guess I realized this in college too, like, we were pretty good my first couple of years of college at Waldorf. And then I remember Coach Littrell, who ended up leaving us actually before my senior year. But he always said the next step.
Just a little shot there thrown in.
He did. He was a great coach. He did leave us just abruptly in the spring. Told us he was leaving, going to Texas. But I love that man. But he always told us the next step as a team was, like, the coaches can only do so much. It has to be a player-led team to take that next step. And from the sounds of it, Brody was that leader. Led the team and obviously played like it too. Coach Littrell, there's like 4 or 5 things that player-led teams had to do, and obviously one of them is performance. Obviously Brody did that. He proved it with his play, hey, follow me type thing. And also, obviously, like you said, taking mound visits when you didn't have to, kind of being that player coach out there. That's definitely huge for a team, and I think that's one of the biggest reasons why you guys are 21-5, And what was the second thing? It was off something that Brody said. You can talk for a little bit. I'm going to think about it. I
think I kind of just maybe relate your guys' year to my senior year, where you said they're all close. In any sport, camaraderie and being together all the time, in my opinion, plays a big part in it. That's kind of what we were when I was in high school. Like, even outside the baseball field, we're always together, always hanging out, always probably playing Mario Kart or something in Tyler Rice's basement.
They had shirts that said Mario Kart Club, and they each had their own nickname.
We would play for hours, and that has nothing to do with the skills of baseball, but I believe just trusting each other and knowing each other, it plays into it, absolutely.
Well, when we had the rain delay at their place,
that was kind of fun.
I don't even know what name you guys said. You might have said Kevin, like, let's go to Kevin's house. Hey, we're all going to Kevin's house, like type thing.
Yep.
Like, that's what makes a great team.
Everybody goes to Kev's house.
Yep.
Yeah,
everyone.
We spent about every game, every home game we were at Kev's. Everyone was there.
So
we just all had a good time.
Kevin's is Rice's.
PS4.
That's awesome. Yep.
Just chilling out, having a good time.
I love
That's kind of where we got like the nicknames we have and just little things we say at the games and all that kind of stuff. So I know some people remember.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it absolutely has to help.
It has
just
to,
knowing each other.
Also, as a person who will look back, 5-10 years down the road, you're gonna remember the games. You're gonna remember, specific things from games. But those times with your high school friends, you can't replace those moments. Like, that's some of the best memories you're gonna make. So it sounds like you guys had an awesome time off the field as well.
Now, having a good year on the field definitely helps. It definitely helps those memories. But yeah, it's like, I'll always remember my senior year summer. That was the best summer of my life, and it's just been all downhill since.
Exactly. I mean, once you get to 30, it's just over.
I'm not even there yet.
It's just over. Once you get to 30,
I'm just not downhill. I'm just on the bottom.
Exactly. You're just gonna hit the bottom of the sea.
I'm just plateaued, the wrong side.
But I did remember what I thought of when what Brody said had to do with the conference title and you guys being co-champs. We could start a little discussion here. There should be, if there's a co-champ, like for any conference in the state of Iowa, you should have to play for it. I know pitch counts make it hard and all that, towards the end of the year, like Lake Mills usually has a really filled schedule towards the end of the year, so it wouldn't be able to happen unless you take out of a game.
Next year will be even worse, too.
But
you lose a week.
But that should be a thing. If there's co-champs, have them play for it. If both coaches are down, set up a time and play.
That would be so
cool.
Neutral field. Neutral. Now,
how'd you do neutral, though?
How would you do home and away team?
How would you do neutral? Let's go play at Newman?
I mean, but otherwise the other one could be like, yeah, well, they got 2 home games.
I mean, I'd rather play at Forest City than Lake Mills.
I said that too, but
I'll tell you this right now: we were not gonna go up there. Like, we've had to go up there year after year after year
for playoffs too.
True.
Every single postseason, and it's a big advantage for them playing on turf. And like when everyone else is used to playing on grass, and we just have to come up there for one game and play on turf, like especially at third base, those balls are coming in quick.
Oh, I know, and it's definitely on that first one. There's like that learning curve. Like once you learn that first one, that could be the difference in the game. You already booted the first one. You make every single play after
those top spin.
The second spin
hop
speeds up.
Oh boy, I've never dealt with it personally. But
I actually liked it once we got used to it though, because we play down at Waverly too, down at their turf field. Once you get used to it, I love it. But
then down there you factor in you're playing Waverly and Davenport, and like it just makes it even worse.
Let's not even talk about those. Those were some bad times.
Those were
Waverly.
awful.
Dude, playing a conference title game like to decide the tiebreaker, that would have been so fun. They could advertise it too.
Who did that recently?
We want, obviously, like in the postseason, you really can't look ahead at games. But as soon as our bracket and seeding came out, we were like, okay, we're gonna see them again. We ultimately didn't, but we wanted everyone wanted to play Forest City again.
Yeah, we thought that game, if we would have had that chance, that would have been like that game, like for the conference title.
Yeah,
I mean,
we wanted. Yeah,
I mean, I did see some Instagram stuff. I'm not going to name any names, but I saw some beef going back and forth on Instagram between GHB and FC. I love that stuff.
I do
by
too.
the way, I love that stuff. Even though it's just high school baseball, it's fun.
As long as it doesn't cross a line of making fun of somebody, absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
100%. Like,
I don't see a problem in that at all. Like,
no.
Back when I was in high school, we didn't like Forest City and we didn't like West Hancock. And from the moment we got as a team,
Brit Week. That's a thing. That's a Brit Week football. Game 1 is Brit Week.
Oh wow,
that's all they say.
I didn't know that.
That's
okay,
true. That's true. Yeah. Especially that one family. But that from our first meeting this year, everyone kind of was. knew who was the top in the conference, and we knew who everyone was talking about and the preseason articles about, and we knew who they had. And it's like, well, we're really good too. And if they don't like us, fine. We don't like you either. Like we just want to play.
We kind of consider us as underdogs throughout the year because no one really looked at us. Then we were just like, we're average, and then we kind of surprised a lot of people, and it came to show towards the end what kind of team.
I mean, your own school thought you were average, so
yeah, you guys literally got told by your own school that you guys
played a great
500
card
team.
Yeah. Now, whoever said that, they should probably get some credit for the season.
Yeah,
just playing that underdog card
that
right
was
away.
Billboard material the whole season. You guys are 500
Billboard
team.
material.
So whoever said that quote, you guys should get some bucks.
My uncle, AD, that'd be my uncle.
That's funny. That is funny.
Motivation. We only said it to him actually times after that.
Should have been a quote just up in your dugout. Just everybody taps it before you go out on the field.
What are we, Notre Dame?
Or Michigan?
Kind of think of the whole year, not even baseball, but school year, sports-wise as a whole. Brody, now that you're done officially, how do you feel your senior year went athletically?
Oh, athletically, I think I left it all out there on every sport I played. I made a decision to play golf this spring instead of soccer. I played soccer all the rest of my years, and I played golf. I was like, let's try it out and see how it goes. And I was kind of impressed with myself how I did. I didn't shoot very well. I won't say how I shot, but it wasn't great. I got a golf JV meet, so that tells you how good I was.
That's all right.
Hey,
that's all right.
I started golfing last year.
He's obsessed now.
I always say golf is the one sport where you can have one good shot and you'll come back. Be like, I figured something out.
Yeah, and then with basketball too, I thought I left it all out there for my team. Even though I wasn't the all-star, I still tried to lead as a role model player for everyone, and I once again tried to bring the team together and just tried to lead with my passing because I knew I couldn't shoot, but I tried to play my best defense and be the best assist maker I could be.
I feel that.
And crash the glass.
Being a star in your role, man, that's huge.
That's what it is.
For everybody on the team.
It's
know
tough.
Your role and be a star.
I'll be honest, it's tough for a lot of people nowadays.
Yeah, everybody just thinks they should score a ton of points, hit all the home runs, get every single carry.
100%. That's what it is. And how that does social media play into it? Maybe.
Yeah. Seeing
all the highlights and stuff, but I don't really know otherwise how it became this way.
I don't know either. Everybody just wants to be a dude.
Parents.
Yeah.
I think that's where.
Yeah.
The AAU circuit and my kid's this, my kid's that.
Basketball for sure.
Kids will go home with their parents, and their parents are like, hey, you should be playing, or why are you not getting this? Why are you not doing that? And then the kid takes that into practice or the game. It's just like, well, thanks. Thanks for helping our team out.
Exactly. I feel that 100%. I mean, I saw that a lot at college too, not necessarily with parents, but I'm not getting playing time, so I'm going to start slacking in practice. Then the people you're going against, that ends up affecting them, getting them worse. It's kind of a domino effect, and once you have a full team just bought into that, it's magical what can happen.
It really is. It really is.
I was talking to Granger and Hunter Kingland the other day, Brody. I'm not sure how much I know you know them. They know you. I told them, I was like, yeah, Brody Boehnke won Player of the Year. They're like, Brody won Player of the Year? They're like, oh, that's awesome. They were super hyped. They said you're a great kid. Just wanted to throw that out there. They listened to this. They said you're awesome. That you played with Denton a little bit, I think. Or
my brother played.
Your brother played with Denton.
When Hunter and Granger coached him for a couple AAU tournaments, I was tagged along and watched, and I cheered them on.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they're something else. They're a wonderful family.
I love the Kinglands.
The only downfall is
they come and watching us play because they don't know who to cheer for because they want to cheer for me and my brother. They also want to cheer.
Hey, the only downfall none of them played baseball.
None of them played baseball.
None of them.
Yeah.
Think of Hunter. Think of a Hunter as a lefty.
Think about Granger Kingland as a 6'4" senior, and he actually got jacked. The thing is, we had him play slow pitch with us a couple years back. We just needed him to fill in. And this man, he was a golfer, so he's a golf swing. But this man hit absolute nukes.
It's kind of perfect for slow
pitch softball. And he couldn't, before he quit baseball, in 8th, 7th grade, could not hit great. All of a sudden, can just hit absolute nukes now. I told him, I'm like, this is what we missed on our baseball team my junior year.
Dude. Swear.
Should have done baseball. Dude, when people
I got my brother to go out.
Yeah.
year, and he should have gone out in his 8th grade year, and he'd been something else. But I
Yeah.
think he'll be just as good next year, where he'll just lead right off where he was.
We've been trying to get Braden to come out the past few years, man. Like he's an athlete. He can never have enough athletes, man.
Well, that and
he
tell
came
kids,
to every
like kids, I'll try to convince some kids in Lake Mel's prior to this year, be like, hey, come out. They'll be like, no, I'll suck. I'll be like, you're decent to good at everything else. You'll figure it out in 2 to 3 weeks. Like, will you suck right away? Probably.
It was the Caleb Bacon from last year. He
Yeah.
came out, struggled right away, and by the end of the year, he's one of our
He
best
almost
hitters.
hit a home run in the district game.
Yeah. I mean, when people say people say baseball's boring. Like, I get it if you think baseball's boring, but also, have you really played like a legitimate game where there's high stakes in baseball?
Not like that, no.
There is.
No.
Like, baseball's so awesome. I love baseball
It is.
so much.
It is when you're factoring in late in the year, big games. Like last year, obviously, our game at Forest City.
Yep.
Your guys' game against Forest City this year, I'm sure, was awesome. I was there. It's pretty sweet. Not gonna lie, I thought Reese's hit in the 7th, thought it was out. I was like, and on that level though, your right fielder, I don't remember who it was. I don't even know if I
it was
caught that
Nathan.
ball.
He
What a
turned
catch.
down, watched it go, block and catch it, and he caught it, of course.
I was waiting for him to just all of a sudden just get smoked by the fence,
Yeah.
and it was gone. And he somehow tracked it all the way to the fence.
It's because it was incredibly high, right?
It was, and that also makes it difficult too. In the night, like
So
that was
tracking it.
awesome. Great game.
Just a good,
That
clean
was
baseball game. Is just,
It was.
it's
It
awesome.
was.
It was pretty fun.
Brody, what is your plan
Yeah.
for next year for college?
I'm attending Iowa State for ag business.
Okay, let's
baseball
turn
related.
this off right now.
Iowa State. We already
Nebraska
have
clock in the back.
Yeah, what is the
Iowa
deal?
State commit.
conflicting.
Jeez.
This is ridiculous.
I'll respect it though.
do we
I'll
just-
respect it.
Hit end right now, or
I don't know, but
What do we do?
I'll just shout out Joe Bohannon. Thanks for the memes.
oh my gosh, he's like, I gotta wear
Joe
my
Bo's
new
shirt.
Jordan Bohannon
Have to.
shirt. I
Have
have to
to.
wear it.
Just came in like 2 hours ago. Gotta wear it.
I just
That's-
can't believe this kid doesn't want to try to play college baseball, man.
Dude.
He
Go to a JUCO.
could easily do it. He could do it.
But also,
I left it all out there, and I don't have any encouragement to do it now. Like, it was fun, and everything, but I just feel like I'm ready to move on.
Did you leave your cleats
move on
in the
to
catcher's box? Did you just leave the cleats signed in the catcher's box the last game and retired?
well, he's not Jordan Bohannon. Not everybody's Jordan Bohannon.
That was okay. You're boring.
okay. Anyways,
I did tell Zach though I should have left my shoes in the third base box.
the last game. He's like, should I just leave my shoes in the third base coach's box? Like, you're so
That'd be
dumb.
hilarious with a game right after.
Shout out to the phantom home run that happened in that game.
Yeah, I never knew a home run could hit the fence and be a home run. That was awesome.
Literally a home run hit the top of the fence. It was called a ball hit the top of the fence. It was called a home run against Nashville.
It
Ridiculous.
said it hit the state banner flags and came back in when it was obviously a wood sound.
Some older lady from Newman came up to us after the game like, hey, do you guys know why that was called a home run? And Chris goes, when you figure it out, tell me. 'Cause I don't know why it was called a home run.
There was
either."
literally like, down from the Newman's dugout before like that little mini bleacher area, a group of old Newman fans during
just
our
watching
game.
the game.
And they were mad after the play. Like they couldn't figure it out. And I went up to the ump and he just goes, "Sir, I've had enough. Called it." I'm like, hit the fence.
Hit the fence.
What do you mean?
Oh, it was frustrating. Didn't end up making the difference in the
No,
deficit.
they had a couple hits after, so he scores anyways.
kind of
but
got their momentum.
momentum. Never know. Maybe the next guy
Chris,
gets out. I
Chris,
don't
you
know.
should have went for ejection number 2 on the year.
He would never be. He wouldn't have to sit out any games.
I will
'cause he's
say,
done.
I
He
will
wouldn't have to sit out any
say,
games.
Casey Hansen did tell me that
He did. He
when
said
I
he
took
should
him
get
out. He
tossed.
goes, "You should just get tossed." Like, I don't want to deal.
What
with
is the
that.
next suspension for
4
the second?
games?
4 games.
But I don't know. Like, does that? So, like, if I don't coach again, can I not go to like the next 4 school events?
No, it's you. Yeah,
It
I don't
can't
know.
be.
This is a question for Beamer, not a
Right, but he
podcast.
wasn't there at the time.
Okay,
So
true.
couldn't figure that out.
I mean, also you didn't get ejected, so who cares?
Could have.
You very well could have.
Attaboy.
What's
I
that?
don't know how this guy thinks.
Yeah,
in the game.
you said way worse stuff than I did. Jeez.
He gets close, real close. He's been benched once.
Twice.
Twice. Restricted to the dugout.
Benched twice.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, 'cause
he didn't
didn't
even get that warning.
Didn't you ask me if there's a number like 3 or 4 bench warnings and you have to sit out a game or something?
Yeah,
I don't
did ask
think
you.
so, but
It's like getting too many technicals in the NBA. You have to sit out a certain once you get to 17.
that's funny.
The first one was really dumb. and I did not deserve that.
The second one,
I
deserved
absolutely
it. Tell him the
deserved.
quote you said when you got set to the bench.
Do I have to?
Yeah, you got to.
Okay, Brody. All right.
Well, there was a little check swing when we were at West Work, and he immediately called him like that he did swing, and I'm like, I don't know about that. So I kind of walked down there, and I'm like, well, can we appeal down here to Whitey at first base? And he's like, no, it's a call I made one. And I'm like, well, most of the time you're wrong. And then immediately I just turned around. I was like, yeah.
That's tough.
Riley just it comes out of his mouth. He's like, oh, yeah.
I'll go back right now. I'll just go. That's
funny. That is funny.
For I guess this might be the last question before the rapid fire. Two of them. Okay.
This one and the last one.
So I'll take the bottom one. Okay. Brody. So I'm not trying to toot Chris's horn either. He batted over 500 as a senior as well.
I didn't bat what he batted.
I know. But the most mind-blowing thing about batting over 500 is that I tell people that don't really understand baseball, I'm like, if you go 2 for 4, which is considered a great game, your batting average goes down. Like, what was your mindset? Did you take it at bat by at bat?
Screw that. He could go 2 for 3 at a time. At some times and go down.
That's true. At some points of the year, he's batting like 680.
Yeah.
But anyways, what's your mindset? Are you monitoring your batting average throughout the year? Are you kind of just putting it away? Because there's some guys who don't look at it at all. Are you obsessing over it? Well, what's the mindset there?
I did look at it right away. I was like, oh, this is kind of exciting. Then I was like, I got to step back because I'll look at it too much and then overthink when I'm up to play. I took I think there was a week and a half where I didn't look at it. And was like, oh, I'm doing good. I'll be all right. But at the plate, I'm just looking for any pitch I can hit and just give my team a chance to bring it around and score some runs.
What did you say he batted last year?
What's that?
Brody box, if he somehow he usually finds himself in a 2-strike count. And I don't even care. It's just well, that's where you do most of your damage anyway. But he'll look down after he takes the first strike and be like, okay.
Yeah.
If he swings and misses, next one be like, okay, they're not gonna get another one by.
Yeah.
And then he can get that line drive over shortstop's head whenever he wants.
Mm-hmm.
It's what he does.
It gets to the point. I'm sure a lot of Garner parents and fans are like, this must be why can't these other kids get these hits all the time if Brody's doing it every time he steps up to the plate? But they don't realize how hard it is to do.
And then if there was a pitch I didn't like, I'd always look down at Ryleys and just give him that look, this was a terrible call, but it's whatever. And then next one, it's usually the same thing, and I'm looking at him. There was one time I struck out and then I go, you got to step up for me. And he goes, next time it happens, I'll be there for you. And then I look at him. We both start laughing because it was a terrible call, but we didn't say anything, and that ended up getting a hit anyway. But
Speaking of strikeouts, I think I looked and it was only 5 all year, 5 strikeouts, and they kind of came in bunches. I remember Slade saying there was a game or two where you struck out twice.
Yeah, I was really mad with myself for that. I hate striking out. I'd rather ground out or fly out than strike out. I'd much rather make someone else make a play than me. Most of my strikeouts were looking, of course, but I hate going because I didn't give myself a chance.
And the thing is with Brody, if he goes down looking, I trust him that it was a ball.
Yeah.
But it's high school strike, and
correct.
It's hard to. It's this.
Wait.
It's hard to
call strikes balls sometimes and the other way around, or
that's how he got ejected over balls and strikes.
It's hard to teach plate discipline to high school kids because you truly just have no idea what the strike zone is going to be that night. It can be 2-3 balls in or out on a given day, and it's going to be a strike all day long. Yeah. And if you're preaching, hey, this is your zone, and then they step up to the plate with a subpar umpire back there, and they're getting called for those, and they're looking down at me like, what the heck? And it's just hard. I'm sure you know that.
Or even in a game where a kid takes a pitch, ball, hey, great eye. Next pitch, same exact thing, strike. What are you supposed to do? Mm-hmm. You just now I don't know if it's a strike or not.
Yep. What I always told myself was first strike I see, I got to at least make a swing at it, because if I don't, I'm probably not going to get a pitch like that again, or they'll be calling tighter, obviously, or more wider, depending. So I try to tell that to my team, too. And some people picked it up, but there's some people that go, oh, I got to take first strike always. Got to get that first strike before I swing. But I did that when I was, younger age in baseball. I was like, that ain't working. So I kind of tried, I got to tack first, and obviously kind of paid off.
Well, makes sense because what did you say you batted last year?
I was looking at your just batting averages from the past, and I was like, okay, is there like a correlation here? And you doubled your batting average from your junior year to your senior year. I think you were .001 away from doubling it. But still, that's insane. Like, how much work, how much off-season work did you put in? How much, I guess, mental work? We know this. So much of the game of baseball is mental. Like, what preparation did it take from you to double your batting average?
Well, my dad's cousin's got a batting cage in his garage. And so I was in there a lot, and then I ended up breaking the pitching machine because it just quit one day. I put one ball through, and sure enough, it died. It didn't get to me. I was like, oh, it looks like I'm done working for a while.
I mean, hey, that's a good sign. That means you're seeing a lot of pitches.
Absolutely.
And the gyms came around, and we got our cuts in there, and I took every swing like it was a game-like swing, and it kind of paid off again.
Mm-hmm.
We could tell right away that Brody. Well, I guess maybe not Slade and Noah because they hadn't been around him the past few years, but I could tell right away that something was just a little different with Brody this year. Like he kind of embraced that leader role right away, and he was just like, "Okay, if we're gonna be good, then I gotta be good," and kind of put the team on his back and when we needed it, and he just did his thing.
Yeah, and I also knew that from last year we kind of had a lot of bats, like big bats, and then I was like, I was one of those last year, and I got to be an even bigger bat because I'm the only one that had the big bat last year. So I was like, I got to show my team that I can be the big bat, and then I had some more come along with me.
Yeah, but as you said, baseball is so mental. Like, if you have one bad at bat, you can't let it ruin the next one or two. Like, it's now I know you have 8 at bats in between from your team, but like, you have to have a fresh mindset. And I don't know what your routine is. I'm sure everybody's different. I think I did the same routine in the on deck circle and batter's box every time.
I remember some of the stuff you used to do in that.
It was weird.
It was weird.
Some of the stretches were weird.
You would do it every time.
I did it, but I don't know.
And also, my sophomore and junior year, Slade knows this too. Like, if I got out, it was like, watch out for me in the dugout because I'm about to go crazy. They'd say I'd run faster back to the dugout than I would on my way to first base.
If you had like a good hit, but like it was like a one-hopper at the shortstop,
Literally,
he'd run through first and turn around and be like, "Hey, great swing! You hit that well," and he goes, "Shut up,
shut up." Yeah, I'm not going to listen from you. I'm not going to listen from you,
dude. You smoked that ball. It was just right at somebody.
But it helped a lot senior year when I never really had like a hot streak, but I never really had like a slump. Blazer kind of got the mentality into us, at least seniors, like go 1 for 1 each at bat, like just focus on each bat individually. And I felt like that helped me a lot because then if you're 0 for 3 going into your last at bat, hey, it's just go 1 for 1. It's not, hey, if I need this hit to go 1 for 4 or else I'm over. I felt like that mindset helped me a lot. Did you have any, I don't know, tics or Ryley? Did you teach any kind of mentalities to your team as well? No, just kind of let them do their thing.
Taking any credit for this kid, like he did that himself, man. You talk.
Yeah, I took it one at bat at a time, kind of like how you were saying there. When there's runners on, I was like, I got to be even, like, I was like more excited because like, I could bring runners in. But I knew when I let off a lot too, kind of as the game progressed. I was like, I got to get the team going here, and I get a good base hit, and sure enough, we'd score a run that about the same inning.
He led off the 4th inning, 4th or 5th when you hit that line drive the other day.
And that kid caught it. I was like, dang.
In our game on Saturday, Brody threw down 3-0 at the time, and Brody just ropes a ball like high right at the third baseman, and the kid just jumps up, makes an amazing play. And I think we both said it to the paper after the game, like that would have changed the game dramatically.
We would have had momentum. I feel like we would have scored a few more runs and it would have been close. We would have tied it up, or if not, taken the lead.
Yeah,
Brody's the guy. Like if he gets on, the whole team sees that and is like, okay, let's go. Like our leader just got on. Let's go follow him. You know, and hitting's contagious. You know, it only takes.
100%.
He told us that hitting's contagious in the West Fork game. We're down. I don't know. We were down 9, I think, and our worst batter, Kevin Myers, comes up. He'll take pride in. He goes, someone's got to be the worst batter. He's like, hey. He comes up with 2 outs and just hits a base hit down the line, and we scored 9 runs with 2 outs.
I just was talking to Slade about that game the other day. Yeah,
right.
He said it was all 9 was with 2 outs.
That's the game where I told that umpire that he's wrong most of the time.
Yeah.
Were you
it was late in the game.
Restricted to the dugout? when you
Yeah,
scored
but that
9
was
runs? Okay.
no. I was out.
Oh, you're out there?
I think he was out there.
Okay.
I was out.
Interesting. So he still went back and got restricted.
Yeah. After your team scores 9 runs with 2 outs,
Respect.
you're usually wrong.
Still mad.
You're usually wrong.
That's funny. Last question of the kind of just the normal questions. Ryley, knowing your background that you went to Iowa and helping with the baseball team, is there one thing, and this might be hard to pick out, one thing that stuck out to you that you learned there that you're like, wow, I had no idea this existed, or something just coming from small town Iowa where we don't have those type of resources?
Yeah, I think it would blow you away, all the technology that they have down there and everything that they track. Like that was probably the biggest thing to me. Like it just opened my eyes so much. Like they track everything. We have a whole staff of student managers that are just data analytics too. And they're just like cranking out reports all day long and just looking at all this different stuff. And then they give it to the coaching staff and they implement that back into like the player development stuff. And it was truly unreal. Like I couldn't even wrap my head around a lot of it.
So you're talking like hitting like exit velocity, launch angle, all that stuff. And then pitching, probably
so
spin rate and
yeah.
Mid-game, too?
The thing like the – what's that?
Like mid-game, too? Like, are there game at-bats for exit velocity and stuff like that you guys got?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's nuts.
Yeah, it's about everything. It seriously blew me away.
How do they
And,
track
like
it?
the different.
Oh, sorry.
So if you go to Dwayne Banks, on top of the press box, there's like this big rectangle. That's a TrackMan, and then they just like download all that info after the game, and it's just like a enormous document, and it's just numbers.
Right.
And then our data analytics people go back through and kind of sort through it, and then they develop these reports and. Even just like umpire accuracy and stuff like that. It was crazy.
That's funny.
So it was crazy the stuff that they do. It was crazy.
Would you leave him alone here for a little bit?
He came out with, you're usually wrong. The umpire accuracy here says you're usually wrong.
See this? That's funny. That is awesome.
I mean, at St. Ansgar, they had the miles per hour, and we just thought that was the coolest thing ever.
Yeah,
seeing how fast your pitcher could throw.
That was like the coolest.
That was the coolest thing
we saw all year.
They said even the JV kids just loved it. Seeing
Like,
how fast they could throw.
I think it messed with AJ a little bit because he didn't pitch well at all. Because we're like AJ, we're making fun. We're like, do you think you can touch 70? And he goes, oh, yeah. Absolutely.
I could touch 70. He's throwing 68, 69. Probably threw. The man gave up 10 runs like in the first inning. Could not throw a strike.
St. Ansgar didn't hit him.
No, they didn't.
AJ, I'm sorry.
And obviously
that was your day.
He's one of our better pitchers. He was throw a strike.
He beat Osage 3-1.
Yep.
I don't know.
But then even after the game, Jack, his brother, we had an over-under about what miles per hour he could hit. So he's already in his jeans after the game. I go out and I'm catching for him. This is literally after a game. We just got 15 runned. After a game, Jack Raymaker goes from the stretch, threw it like 65, and the over-under was 63.5. So we were pretty hyped that he hit.
Hey, we found a diamond in the rough, though. We weren't really able to use.
Yeah, Wyatt Helming pitched a little bit against St. Ansgar. Hadn't pitched in over a year. Comes out, starts throwing 75, just like in a game. Like,
just fastballs.
Yeah, I mean, that would have been nice to know the whole year.
But I used his whole pitch count that week on that game. But anyways, yeah, that was kind of cool. Knowing all that tech is... That's
kind of cool, though, too, just realizing maybe something at the end of the year that somebody can do something you didn't expect. That's also got to be pretty cool as a coach, too.
Yeah, it was like Casey his freshman year when he pitched the district game against...
Garner.
Was it?
Yeah, it was against Garner.
No.
It was the year after, at Forest City. It was at Garner. It was against Garner, I'm pretty sure.
Might have been.
Pretty sure at Forest City, Casey's freshman year. Fairly certain.
Is that did Kale close that game then?
I think so.
Yeah.
Because then Kale pitched against Forest City, and then Mayo came in and hit like 3 straight batters to end the game.
Hey, it's those Spalding balls, man. Those Spalding balls early were awful.
Those Spalding balls have been better, though, recently.
The laces have been better. Early, they were like MLB balls where there's literally like no lace to grab. Yeah. That's what Mason's calling card. It just spun and right at him. Granted, Forest City was very good at diving in and taking a few. Because Spooner, that was the year he had his shoulder hurt or whatever.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So should we get into the rapid fire round?
Yeah, we should.
So we always say it's the rapid fire round, and we literally say this every time. but it's never usually rapid. We usually just talk about the
where
stuff.
it goes.
So yeah, are you guys basketball fans?
Yeah.
Like NBA? Okay. So Game 6 is tomorrow, but I hope
Tomorrow, yeah.
I'm hoping to drop. So today it's Monday. Hopefully when I drop this, it's Tuesday tomorrow, and tonight's Game 6. What are your predictions?
I'd be shocked if the Suns didn't win one more.
You
thought
think
the
it goes
Suns-
7?
I thought it was going to be Suns in 6 the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
It really shocked me that they didn't win the last game.
Yeah, the Suns
played
should've won
perfect.
the last one.
Yeah.
Suns were 13 of 19 from 3, shot amazing.
And then now they have to go
40.
to Milwaukee.
I think the Bucks will win it in 6 now
Think
because
so?
they're coming back. It's just it'll be over now.
It very well could be.
I will say-
and Chris Paul, I
Yeah.
really wanted him to get one.
He's been kind of banged up past couple, but he hasn't been himself. He can't really dribble as well. He's been turning it over.
I think,
He does this.
yeah.
It's true.
He's
It's
old. He's
true.
old. He's old.
He's getting older, but even when he was younger, he'd have a
You're right. You're right.
letdown or two. And
Um,
after he's playing perfect for most of the playoffs.
I will say, I don't know if I can pick a winner. I'll say it's the Bucks, but I'll say
Okay.
if the Bucks don't win tomorrow,
You think
they
Suns-
don't win the finals.
So either Bucks Game 6
Or Suns
Game
win
7.
2 straight.
Gotcha.
Yep.
I'm with Chris on that.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
think the Suns will lose.
Not at home. I don't think.
Game 7 at Phoenix would be awesome, though.
Be
Even though
sick.
I'm kind of rooting for the Bucks. Like, I don't really have a problem with either team. I've just kind of found myself rooting for the Bucks and Giannis. But Game 7 NBA Finals would be awesome.
Packed arena again.
Yep.
Yeah.
It would be dope.
Finals MVP.
So Finals MVP. So Bucks. Who's Brody?
think-
Who's the Bucks? Obviously. It's gonna
But
be-
here's the thing.
Bucks will be honest. That's no
But
doubt.
Middleton's got a great case
he
too.
won't get it. He
I know,
has
but
he
he's-
has a little case. He has a little case.
If you're percentage wise, he's got like a 25% case.
Not even.
20.
I'd say like 15
it's-
probably.
But if it's the Suns, it's Booker. There's no other case.
Before these past couple games, it was CP3, but then Booker's
Well,
dropped
yeah, but
back-to-back
we're
40s.
talking
And,
now.
oh, I
genius.
know. But then he dropped back-to-back 40s and losing effort, and CP didn't really do anything.
Hey, it's different teams. I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with it too, even though
I want LeBron.
I want LeBron. T-Wolves fan at heart, then LeBron right
But let's be
below him.
honest, we'll be dead before the T-Wolves get there.
You don't know that.
Oh,
Anthony
I-
Edwards, baby. Anthony
Hey.
Edwards, come on.
Just saying.
Trust in Ant.
saying.
A1 since day one. Come on now. Anyways,
How weird is it for Chris Middleton, Drew Holiday, and D Book? No matter who wins this, those three got to go take a PJ to Tokyo together
Well, here's the thing.
to go play on the.
They need them
true.
really bad.
yeah.
Because Zach LaVine today just got put on the health and safety protocol. Zach last
He
night.
played great.
Zach may have
Insane.
lost a bet last night, but when he came in, he took the spread, and you see they're up like 13, and all of a sudden,
I took -9.
Dakota Mathias comes in for the U.S.
This guy doesn't even play in the NBA, and they're putting him in on Team USA. I'm like, what are we doing here? Like, oh my
It was
gosh.
so funny.
And freaking
So funny.
Spain hits back-to-back shots and loses by 7 when I had -9. I'm like, Willie Hernan Gomez, when have you ever done anything in your life?
When's he ever shot a 3?
I don't know.
That's
and
that's
he drilled
Juancho's
it.
game.
Literally, he's just watching me because he took it mid-game. He got away.
I got
with his friend.
4.5, so I won.
I'm literally sitting there just sweating bullets, and it goes in.
He
I
just-
I
he goes-
dove my head into the couch, and I was like, oh my gosh.
It's not funny to laugh, and I held it in for a good 10
I know,
seconds.
like 10 seconds silence. So all of a sudden I hear, I can't do it anymore. I was like, golly.
Okay, anyways.
Good stuff. Sports gambling. I love it.
Well, baseball fans, obviously. Favorite baseball team? We're Twins fans, for what it's
Twins.
worth.
And we're both watching the doubleheader here.
Wait, who did we win the first one?
Yeah.
No way.
Literally the only
Nice.
time we've ever taken White Sox, the Twins effing win.
Because the Twins got swept by the Tigers.
Literally, bro. We saw it was 3-1 in the 8th, and as we were coming up here, it's 3-2.
No, I took the White Sox -1.5, and Nelson Cruz hits a home run, and I was
To
so
tie it,
mad.
yeah.
Like,
Literally, we never touch the Twins games because we're like, we're bad this year. If we pick them, we're going to lose. But if the 1 minute we change against and pick the team they're
Griffin
facing,
Jacks is a Cy Young candidate.
Twins win. Maybe we should pick against the Twins every day. Maybe they'll start winning.
It's just go undefeated for the rest
Holy
of the year.
cow.
We just
Seriously.
lose a ton of money.
Seriously, though. Well, what's the score right now?
It's
1-1.
1-1.
What
No
inning?
way,
Brody
we're
was on the mound.
playing well again.
What inning is it?
Bottom of the first.
And
okay.
Here's the other thing on top of the first game. We're awful in 7-inning games.
Terrible.
So
We're
on
like
top
1 and
of
7.
being bad in 7-inning games and being the White
Twins being bad
Sox.
and beating Lance Lynn, who's probably their best pitcher.
Yeah, that's dumb.
So dumb. Not a good deal lately for the throne train. Throne duel. That's what we call it.
Throne duel.
Are you guys football fans?
Yeah.
Who do you guys like for football?
I got the Vikings.
Yep.
I don't really have a favorite NFL team. I do like the Vikings though. I like a lot of it.
Are you more of a player guy?
I'm more of a player guy. I really am. Like I love Josh Allen. I could watch the Bills all day.
I just don't
he is
really
a
like him because
gunslinger.
Diggs kind of forces
That
it out.
and I don't like him because two things. One, what was his rookie year when he just torched
when
the
he
Vikings
hurled
in West
Anthony
Bank?
Barr. Oh
Hated
my
him ever
gosh.
since then. And two, when Matt said Josh Allen throws dots, hated him ever since then too.
That's funny. So you're kind of a Vikings fan, Riley?
Yeah. I got nothing against him. I want to see him do well. I always cheer for him in the postseason.
So this is going in Sharpie. All of our predictions. 17 game because there's 17 games this year. What's predictions for the Vikes this year? Brody, you're up.
Oh my god, I don't remember that.
Ooh, they'll be over 500 for sure, but
Yeah.
I think they'll lose 5 games.
5 games, so
12 and
5. Okay. I'm gonna say 11-6. That's what I was gonna go with.
See, you've taken. I'd say bottom.
You can copy.
I know. I'm just saying my ceiling was 12 and 5.
Yeah.
My basement was 10 and 7, so I'm gonna go 11 and 6 too.
11-6.
Yeah.
Okay.
11-6 is
And that's got to
accurate.
make the playoffs.
I mean, it's gonna be a way better team than what they put on the field last
well,
year.
the
with all
defense was a
defense
JV
guys.
team last year.
It was
so.
literally a JV
Well, I hope-
high school. What's that, Brody?
They got to start with division.
They got to win
Like
the division.
That's true.
Aaron Rodgers, is he going to show up to Green Bay?
Yeah, what's
No,
Supposedly,
he's gone.
they
he'll
said
be gone.
supposedly
I hope
it's
so.
not even money. He just hates Green
hates
Bay.
ownership? He hates ownership, which technically a bunch of
Yeah,
these
he-
fans own Green Bay.
So he hates all the fans.
He hates all the fans because they all claim to own the
That's
Packers.
true. Facts.
But yeah, the defense could be dirty again with getting the D lineman Michael Pierce. He just got injured. They said
He's
he
good.
might. Yeah, they said
Just
he'll be
calf
all right
injury.
for the start of the year. But
Our
a lot of people
D-line-
sleeping on the
Sure.
Vikes.
D-line and or secondary should be pretty dang good.
Yeah, should be. You got Patrick
And
Pete.
deep for once.
It's about time.
Zach, so are you a Timberwolves fan too?
Yes.
I'm
Yes, sir.
sorry.
Yeah, this year was a tough
What do you
year.
think?
Anthony Edwards is awesome. Second half of the year, he was awesome.
He should have been rookie of the year.
He should have been. Everybody, no, listen to this. Everybody's like, LaMelo makes his team better, this and that. If you look at the stats, bro, they literally had a better record when he didn't play. They were under 500.
He only won it because of
the
his
hype
last
going
name.
into it. I mean, he started out really well.
He did.
Then he
not
got hurt.
Not that he shouldn't have won it. I can't.
He
say
missed
like
a lot
that.
of games. Then he came back and
did.
wasn't really that good. And Anthony Edwards,
Played every
second
game.
half of the year, was awesome. Like even
So you
started.
still stand by that he should have been the number 1 pick?
Yes.
Yeah, 100%. Because we already had D'Angelo Russell. We don't need LaMelo Ball.
Yeah.
I
Now if
actually
they all
love,
could just stay healthy at the same time. it'd be
I actually do love the Ball family though, because I used to watch that Ball in the Family TV show.
great. Yes.
I'm a fan.
I used to watch that too.
Yes, sir.
And
Lonzo, D'Angelo,
he
LaMelo.
brings up the Chino Hills
Okay.
whatever
If you're
game
a Ball fan,
15
go on
times a
YouTube.
year.
Look up Chino Hills versus Mater Day. If you're
I will
listening to this
say-
podcast, look up Chino Hills versus Mater Day. It's Lonzo's senior year.
It's the biggest punch in the mouth of a game I've ever seen.
Literally, it's 2 top 10 teams in the country, and Chino is up 30 by the end of the first quarter. It's insane.
Matter Day can't even get it over half court.
Lonzo, LiAngelo, and Little LaMelo, who was supposed to be an 8th grader, but he reclassified to be a freshman. They absolutely kill him. And then Onyeka
And,
Okongwu,
yeah.
the backup center for the Hawks, he was starting on that team too.
Yeah,
They were
it is pretty sweet.
insane. That video is so awesome.
Anyways,
So go and watch that. Chino Hills, Mater Day.
it's a very good one.
Next question. I just put a super random question
Real
on here.
quick one.
What's the best cereal?
Frosted Flakes.
Fruity Pebbles.
Fruity.
Captain Crunch.
I'm gonna go with. I'm going Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Those are all. I think those are all really.
I think
great.
they're
Those
all.
are
I
all
think
really
that's
good.
They're all winners.
You can't go wrong.
Great choices.
Also, there aren't really that many cereals that are downright bad.
As long as nobody said like Wheaties
Or like
Who likes Wheaties besides
Honey
the
Nut
box?
Cheerios or like Special K? Like trying
Special
to improve
K, actually, Special K is awful.
like you're trying to improve your
That's-
heart health. Who cares?
That-
If you're
they
eating
shouldn't even
cereal,
put Special
you
K
should
in
be
a
eating
cereal box.
Yeah,
They should just put it in a box for Special K bars.
exactly.
It's not a cereal.
Exactly. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm dying to sweat right now.
Yep. Okay, let's move on.
But also, Cookie Crisp. That's like number 2 for me. Cookie Crisp is goated.
we said best earlier. We didn't need.
I'm
fat
shouting out
answer.
Cookie
Top
Crisp.
2.
I'm
Okay.
shouting out Cookie Crisp. What's wrong with
okay.
that?
You two each give us one word to describe Coach Cifuentes.
He probably will listen. So
He will listen.
Brody's thinking you already saw what his face. This is just dead
This is
silence
awesome.
here. The silence is very telling.
It all depends on what mood you get him in.
That's
Oh.
true.
He's entertaining. He's very
Entertaining.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
Brody's got
Entertaining is a great word.
I'll say intense.
I would agree.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
intense.
Yep.
Those are 2 good words to describe Slade. I agree. 100%.
Hey, we love Slade
We
Oh,
love
yeah.
Slade.
too.
the Slade's effing
Mostly.
man.
We always
Yeah.
Slade's a good guy.
This guy. I mean, Noah followed our Game by Thrones account. Give us one word to describe Noah
Yep.
Krabby.
Might as well.
I don't even know Noah that well, so
don't
I wouldn't
either.
be able to.
what would I describe Noah?
And by the way, for the people listening, Riley is the head coach at GHV. Slade was the JV coach, and Noah was the freshman coach. So they're all 3 on the same coaching staff.
One word to describe Noah. All right. Well, that's 2 words. Okay.
He seems a little quiet to me the few times I've talked to him.
I was
Passion?
gonna say caring.
Caring?
Passion.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
2 good
All right.
words.
All
2
right.
good words to describe Noah Krabby.
Give that.
Noah Krabby, if you're listening.
I'll say that about both Slade and Noah. Like when they first came to Garner, and we started working on baseball. Like they were invested. Right
Yeah.
away. And because we had a meeting when we found out that us 3 were going to be coaching together. Like I set up a Zoom with them and just kind of previewed some of the guys that we have and that I was thinking that we were going to be good. And
Mm-hmm.
ever since then, like we never looked back. Like it's like, okay, what do we have to do right now to get our guys ready to play?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think all 3
That's awesome.
collectively, we're ready to go.
Not to go.
I love having.
Not to go off topic, but that's kind of a good thing that kind of came out of the whole COVID, all that stuff. The Zoom meetings. It makes everything
True.
so much more.
Hey, well, I don't have to do it anymore, but the
It's
all-district meetings
accessible.
on Zoom is so much easier.
Don't have to drive 2.5 hours to go
Oh
to an
my
all-district
God.
meeting and maybe get
Awful.
one guy on there.
So bad. I sat there the whole time. I got Casey on, and it was
sweating.
easy.
Oh, look at that! I'm sweating big
Oh, that's why I
time.
wore a black shirt. Man.
This is not good.
All right, last one. You came up with this.
Last one. Okay. So have you guys heard the Randy Johnson, the hypothetical? It went viral on TikTok and Twitter. Have you guys heard about it at all? So there's
I have not, no.
there's like a hypothetical situation. You can get paid. I don't know. I might butcher little pieces here and there, but you can get paid $10 million.
One time.
Just one time. $10 million. And if you take the $10 million for the rest of your life, one time a year, Randy Johnson will come hunt you down.
Prime Randy Johnson.
Prime Randy Johnson. And throw a fastball, and it has to hit you. You cannot.
Not in the head.
We ruled you can't hit in the head
Yeah.
because in the head is off limits.
For the record, we did this in a previous pod.
Did this
I
on a
said
previous
yes.
pod. I
did
said
say yes.
I said I was a very I don't even know what the word
fence.
is, on the fence, but I was leaning towards no, because when you get older, you are absolutely freaking done
Your
for.
bones are shattered.
You're gonna die if you get
Right,
hit by
well-
Randy Johnson.
You get the $10 million. If you break anything, then you got the money to get it fixed. I think you do it.
That's true.
No head. Even
But
think it's a
If you don't
decision.
mess it
I
up
think you
40 years down
Here's
the
the
line.
thing. We came up with a different hypothetical.
That's true. We came up. We just changed it a little bit because we already did the Randy Johnson one. Who do we end up going with for?
Sean Taylor.
We ended up going with Sean Taylor. At any point during the year, one time a year, Sean Taylor. You could be at the grocery store. Sean Taylor is
Come
going to
around the
come and
corner.
hunt you down, and he is going to light you up. No helmet. We made a rule. No
can't have a
helmet because
helmet.
you could literally
But
die.
he gets shoulder pads.
You get shoulder pads. He
So
gets
you
to
come around
jack
like
you
a
up.
corner of an aisle, and he just levels
And
you.
The thing is, during this whole year,
That's a
That's a no. That's a no. Okay, that's a no from Brody. That's a no. You get $10 million.
Dude,
you take it.
I might take a fastball over that.
I'd rather live.
Because
Hey, man,
if you want to see Sean Taylor hit kind of an average athletic person, Zach's going to play it for the pod here.
During the actual podcast here, I'll just play this video. It's
Him
probably
hitting
playing
the
right as I'm
punter
talking
in the
right
Pro
now.
Bowl is...
I think everybody's seen that hit.
Oh, absolutely.
It's what would happen if he were just to hit an average human being.
Yes.
Your life.
I don't think that would go over well.
No.
No.
What if like you just wake up for like a normal Monday morning, go to work, come downstairs, and right around the corner, bam, Sean Taylor.
Like Sean Taylor just lights you up. But then you don't have to worry about it the rest of the year.
That's true.
You don't have to worry about it the rest of the year.
Once it's done,
Right once
Man, you might
the clock strikes midnight on December 31st, when it turns
gotta
into
be ready.
January 1st,
you'll be ready.
you are going to be pooping your pants until you get hit.
That's a long year.
Literally, that's a long year.
Oh, that's funny. I would say
that's tough, man.
I might take it just because I'm gonna kind of go against the grain here. I'm a bigger guy. I feel like I can handle the hits. I think I'm gonna take
I'd
it.
probably say yes.
I'm gonna go against the grain.
Because that also would be a lot easier, not to be easy to see coming, but a lot easier to see coming than a ball.
Well, you hear
Yeah.
instead of just right at your
Yes.
freaking ribs.
I'm yes on Randy Johnson and Sean Taylor.
But to the
Randy
point,
Johnson, I think. Especially since you guys said no headshots, I think you have
no
to.
headshots
Yeah, I've been
helps. I've been hit.
I think you
before,
have to
Brody.
do it.
Well, Brody, you had like a ton of hit by pitches this year.
Yeah, I know what it's like to get hit.
There you go. For
Him-
Randy
him
Johnson,
just
100 miles
falling.
per hour might be a little different. But if you get hit, like what if
Yeah.
you get
Take
hit like
that
in the
thing-
butt one year? You got to just be counting your blessings, bro. You're like,
on,
oh
you
my
take
god,
that-
thank you.
This year-
It probably hurts your glute for a little
What
bit,
if
but at
you
least you
take
got some
that-
cushion.
What if you take that thing in like the front of the shin? Like the inside part of your shin?
On the shin, it will probably
I took
break
a
it.
ball off an
It'll probably
ankle
break it.
catching this year, and it was black and blue for the rest of the year.
Yeah. It's be
It would probably break your leg.
yeah.
I'm
It's
still
also-
Hey, but you
yes.
have $10 million.
I'm still yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Yep,
If you-
still yes.
Also, once you get to the point you're 65, what if you're an idiot and you spend all your money, you get hurt when you're 65, and now you don't have the money?
Does the ball kill me? Because at that point, why not?
Well, we've seen a super fast ball hit a guy in the ribs, and we know an older guy in the ribs, and we know what.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Luke and Nevada.
Oh no! Against New Hampton, my sophomore year, Cole McDonald hit a foul ball that was just roped right over the
Just a little
third base
looper
side
over
fence.
the fence. Yep.
Smoked an old guy in the ribs.
Didn't move.
I thought he was gonna die. He didn't. He was fine.
Toughed
But-
it out, but
That's what I think of every time when I think of the Randy Johnson
I'll
hypothetical.
agree with that.
But
That's a good one.
that was a good conversation to end there. The Sean T. I think I'm saying yes. Randy Johnson.
Yes.
I'm on the fence still. I
Yes to
don't
both.
know. Yes to both.
I
Yes to
think
both.
definitely yes for Randy Johnson. Sean Taylor, man, he'd send me through a wall.
Yeah. Like,
No, man.
I'm
do
the
that.
same as Riley here.
I don't think you can do the Sean Taylor one.
I
He was
obviously
genuinely.
the contact would hurt, like obviously the hit and everything, but the paranoia of knowing it's coming would probably be worse. At least mentally.
Yeah, actually. Because anywhere you go.
So
Hey,
yeah,
but you'll have $10.
you would have $10 million. That's the thing. That's the thing. You'd have $10 million. So if you're listening to this podcast and you have an answer, yes or no, let us know.
Tweet at us.
At Game by Thrones LM. Please let us know that. I think that's all we got here for our questions. Chris,
That's
you have
it.
anything to add at the end of the year?
This was a good one. It's been a little break for us, and
Yep.
now that baseball's done, jump back into it. But I want to say congratulations to you guys.
Mm-hmm.
TIC West swept that player and coach of the year. That was awesome, and obviously a great season. No team, only one team ends with a win, so it's kind of how I always think of it.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it doesn't take anything away from you guys did up until that point. So congratulations to you guys.
21-5 is impressive. It's impressive stuff.
Thank you.
But,
Appreciate it.
All right, so thanks, Ryleys. Thanks, Brody.
Absolutely.
This has been, I don't even know what episode. I don't even know if we're going to list it on
Probably
here.
should have looked.
Episode like 12, something like
Yeah.
that. But this has been Game by Thrones. Appreciate you guys coming on. We'll see you guys next time.
See you, boys.
So yeah, thank you.